Quick patch notes review. The patch notes haven't been published on the DB yet. I assume because they were busy working on Darkrai. Mon has a lot going on. But so we're just gonna go over this real quick. Anyways, A9. Lack of mobility, limited self-defense, not particularly long attack range, has struggled to stand out, and so low usage, low run rates. Um, I disagree with this. A9 has an extremely good self-defense option, and the range is not one of the reasons that it's bad. If the range is a contributing factor, then that means that people just aren't playing them on well, and not that it's a issue. Um, they're gonna give it more defense and cooldown reduction. Um, so doesn't change too much at the early levels. Looks like it's mostly growth. That's really not gonna have a huge effect. However, 4 seconds, half a second off of this, half a second off of this. I mean, definitely worthwhile cooldowns. Let me double check, make sure I got the ability names right. Attacker, special attacker, Ninetales. So snow warning 4 second cooldown from 8 seconds. Good. Avalanche down to 7.5. Okay, so basically reducing half a second. Same with Blizzard. I think it's very good to give that to A9. I don't think it makes it playable, but definitely a nice buff. A champ close combat increase, and then a unite boost change. I don't think this changes anything about the Mon, to be honest. Um, Armarouge, armor cannon, damage decreases. Thank God. Uh, Psyshock, they're trying to contribute, so basically like you can use Psyshock as a alternate to armor cannon. Doesn't really do much. It's still gonna be good. Um, so just the amount of damage it did was goofy, but even then the armor cannon damage going down doesn't change too much, I think, because the biggest issue for me was this. I think that this is the biggest thing, which is that it does a stun too, which does an insanely amount of it just does so much to have a stun on a move like that. Like it gives you so much. Removed the defense and special defense boost to just give it more shields, which is fine. I don't think this is a buff or a nerf. I think this is a lateral change. Um, this is a nice rundown thing, helping hit chase. Uh, there's really not a whole lot here that I think is interesting. Charizard, I like this. Just getting rid of the blast burn damage is nice. Flight spread and then energy increase is all good. Um, they're just trying to increase Urshifu's, like, they don't want you to just continue to use abilities. They want you to have to like lose a slight bit of cooldown, right? So that you can't perma have surging strikes up. You have to, be really careful about when you're using it, and that's really about it. I think this doesn't actually change that much. You might see people hold it for maybe slightly longer. Um, it'll just depend on how long it actually affects the cooldown versus the damage, right? Um, Blastoise. I don't think these changes are going to do much. It's 50 base stats. It's not bad, but it's not. It's not. I think world beaters. It might push it back into playability. Obviously slight cooldown buffs are really nice. This is good though, given that they just buffed this. It's a double, stacking effect. I don't think this changes much. I don't think this was the best set for Delphox. Well, Mystical Fire nerfs do hurt because special attacker Delphox. So the Mystical Fire effect really kind of is annoying, just due to the fact that I think it's the best set with Fire Spin. But I don't think this fixes the problem, which is that Fire Spin is fucking broken. and that Fire Spin does an insane amount of things for any team composition. So basically, you always want it, because just because of how long the CC is and how long the spin is, it's so good. Um, Snorlax, Darkrai buff. Um, yeah, all good buffs. I think Snorlax is probably playable, to be honest. I probably should move him up in the tier list. I might make some slight edits. We'll see if I want to do anything. I'll probably wait for the next patch and then redo the tier list, because I just did it right before this one released, which is bad timing. Um, Dragapult, they're basically just reducing. So instead of 100, you get max 60. It's a 40, 80 nerf. Extreme speed cooldown buff. Um, I like this because Gyarados is kind of going crazy. That said, I think that they kind of need to just nerf his damage, specifically on Dragon Breath. That's the thing that I think is the most pressing that's going to be an issue. I don't think the bounce's damage was actually that bad. Mamoswine nerfs. Yeah, I like that they're making it worse early, but yeah, whatever. I don't think this does anything. Zoroark damage buffs. Dragonite nerfs. Yeah, okay. Cram nerfs. This doesn't change anything. If you just have smart storage, I think you're fine. The only thing that I think is actually really interesting here is the Gyarados nerfs are slightly interesting. Something to watch out for as well, obviously. Um, Snorlax buffs, I think, are probably the most interesting thing here. Other than that, I don't think anything else is really going to change a whole lot. It doesn't like make Mons playable that were unplayable. It doesn't do anything. Except for maybe A9 and Machamp, where like they did get some pretty good buffs. However, I doubt it's like world-breaking stuff. So that's sort of the end of the patch notes review. Make sure to leave a comment and like and subscribe.